Hi, I'm Jaden.
Hi, I'm Indira.
And this is Doing Black Voices. So today we have a special guest today, Derek.
Thank you for having me on your show. It feels really good to be in front of the camera for once in a while.
Yeah. So one of the church in Mingos is to spread the word of the Bible and bring everyone to church. So do we think everyone should be Christian even if they may believe in another religion? So I think everyone should have their own choice of what to believe in and express themselves the way they feel to.
Yeah, I agree with you. I wrote on the topic, and I wrote this one because one of the church's main goal is to spread the word of the Bible and to bring as much people out to the church so they can get saved and go to heaven. But I wanted to talk about this question is do you think everyone should be Christian even if they may believe in something else? But I think it's okay for people to believe in something else. I think as long as you're a good person and you have something that you personally believe in and you really feel you feel strongly about, then I think it's okay.
I agree. My comments are probably always going to be controversial, but I just believe if you believe in your higher power, whether it's Buddha or I can't think of another religion, that wakes you up in the morning, that's what you worship. That's you. For me, it's Jesus Christ. He died on the cross for me. There's some religions that worship cows. I'm always being funny, but that's actually true. I don't think you should force religion down anybody else's throat if they already have their religion. That's a dangerous game. If I'm Indian and I believe in a different culture and you're going to try to convince me to believe in your God, I just feel like that's a dangerous war. But that's actually a good topic because one thing about New York City, we're a melting pot. A lot of people believe in a lot of things, and there's some people that don't believe in anything. So, yeah, that's really a good thinking way. And who did this? Yeah, they're really coming up. So, take it away.
Staying on the topic of Christianity, do we think that everyone can learn something from the Bible / Christianity? I think that they can, even if, and this kind of relates to the first topic, but even if you do believe in something else, I still believe that there's some things that you can learn from the Bible, because there's a lot of good lessons in there. Turning the other cheek, just not being jealous or envious of other people and what they have, and just being kind and loving everyone.
Yeah, I feel there is some good lessons in there. So I feel even if you're not Christian, there is things that you can take away from the Bible and put it into your own life for better use.
Yeah, you can use everything you learn from the Bible has always been thrown into everyday life and pop culture and different religions. You can use everything you learn from the Bible. And, for example, I know there was going around about with the Asian hate and everybody would beat up on Asian people. Take from the Bible. Jesus is love. Jesus doesn't discriminate. Jesus is, love is not blind. It doesn't boast. You can love one another regardless if that person's Asian and that person's yellow like the Simpsons. It doesn't matter. You can love one another, of course, So take what you learn from the Bible and use it in your everyday life, regardless of anybody's creed, sexuality, whatever. Love one another. That's what this is all about. This show is about loving. God wants us to love, right? I love you.
Yes.
I love you.
I love you too.
Now that's some real love. You like, yeah, okay, like, come on. Like, I like to video finish playing. Get to the next topic. Who's next? Oh, no, I'm so honored. Staying on the topic of.
Oh no, it's the third one.
Oh, what's living in New York City like so far? Do you think the streets?
The stereotypes / assumptions that people who live outside of New York are true.
First off, living in New York City has its pros and cons. New York City perhaps is one of the greatest cities in the world. I love living here. There's nothing like waking up in the morning and having to fight your way to get a seat on the subway. That's New York for you. It's really beautiful. I always like to say I like to be on the, and don't take this wrong, I like to be on the streets of New York City at night because I think New York City looks so beautiful lit up, you know? So New York City has a good culture to it, you know? Every pop show has had New York City featured in it. It's really good. However, New York City is very, very pricey to live in. It has its cons. Sometimes the traffic, sometimes the crime. The crime is crazy, especially, when we're coming home at 2 a.m. Not that I ever come home at 2 a.m. That's so it has its pros and cons, and one thing I do know, people will run you over. You have to cross the street real fast, especially in Times Square, if you gotta beat the traffic, because if you don't, they will run you over. They always say that. And some New Yorkers are a little bit mean, and especially, it's not, I don't believe in the Karens. I believe in every New Yorker can sometimes be mean in the morning. Maybe they had some bad coffee. I don't know, but what is you guys' experience in New York? I mean, when one of y'all take the train, who was that? Yeah, you can do that one.
Yeah, I feel like, it's very, like Derek said, it has its pros and cons. Like, I feel like living in New York City is like very convenient, because I feel like living in New York City, you don't really need like a car, because there's like, they added like scooters and bikes on the sidewalks, and then like the city bikes, and Ubers, and trains and buses. So yeah, I feel like it has this convenience, but also like Derek said, cons. The crime is crazy. Also like dealing with mean people in the morning and at night and all that. So yeah.
But I actually want to talk about what Derek said,
Oh,
where
cool.
you just told me, you were like, I hate how they have like scooters and bikes everywhere.
I do. I hate it. A lot. And if you see me in the street, I'm probably going to tell you I hate it anyway. I just think, there's always some hippie running through, while I'm trying to walk, and he's like cutting through, and first of all, I have my music loud. I didn't see him coming through, so I'm like, and then they got the little bikes, and one of the things about those bikes, they have a short time on them. So when the time's up, you can just leave them anywhere. So every time I come out my house, I'm seeing bikes. I feel like I'm in a bike shop. There's like bikes in front of my gate and stuff. I don't know. I complain about that.
Because I was actually talking about my mom with it the other day when we were at my grandma's house, and we saw like some bikes near, and I was like, they have like free bikes everywhere.
Do you like them? Do you think it's good?
Yes, because it's kind of like how they had the bikes before, where like you had to like pay for it.
City bikes.
Yeah, the city bikes.
Well, they brought them to the Bronx now, because the Bronx is finally being acknowledged. So they're treating us like Manhattan, They got all these new buildings, like that building over there, that's all fancy up. So you go anywhere in the Bronx, there's those bikes now, and so whatever you see in Manhattan is literally coming to the Bronx. But back to New York, the beautiful city in the world.
Overall, I like living in New York, kind of. It is like really crowded. I don't really like that like crowded rush life of just like so many people being everywhere. But I do like the transportation is good. Like even if you don't have a car, there's so many other ways that you can get somewhere, and I think that's really like that's like the one like great thing about living in New York City. And that there's just so many buildings everywhere and just so many stores that you can go to.
Yeah, it's a good place to be, especially, I mean, money or no money. You can do a lot of things broke in New York City. You know, I like to go take a walk near the pier, the High Line. It's a good thing to do. Get a slice of pizza. I recommend the $2
Oh, you have
pizzas.
to pay for the pizza though? You said
Yeah,
you
but
can
it's only
do that.
$2.
Yeah.
I can do a $2 pizza. So yeah, but hey, before we move on to the next topic, I know this is both y'all show, but do y'all want to let the people know about the new 2 segments? You know, y'all the 2 new things you're doing, especially you. What's that new show? I mean, that new segment we're gonna start doing next week?
The cooking show,
Yeah,
Cooking with
Cooking with
Indira.
And my new segment will be Drilling with Jaden.
Talk about a little about that, if you don't mind.
So I can first go. So we also like kind of mentioned it in the last episode as well, but it's mainly I'm just gonna try and cook random stuff and like make a video about it, and we're gonna put it in the episode as like a segment.
And
Yeah.
for me, like, I'm just gonna like make like random beats, you know,
Yeah,
try different
that's-
things on the drums. So yeah, that's really it.
Yeah, we just don't talk on here, we do other things too. We cook, we drum, we're gonna do, you know, we're gonna have a famous TikTok star on here soon, so I'm working on it, I'm working on it.
The last topic, Derek.
Oh, I'm honored. What it says, how we're going, you can read it. Sorry.
Now we're sorry, my handwriting. Now we're gonna end it with more of a lighter question. And what would your dream life look like?
My dream life would look like what, I wanna be married. I would like to be married, I would like to have a good career. I always wanted to work in the studio, a TV studio. At first I thought I wanted to be in front of the camera, but it's not meant to be. So I'm happy with just being behind the camera, working in the studio. That's one of the goals for me. Just being happy and fulfilled. But I think the most important thing is having God more in my life as you get older. As you get older, life gets more troubling. But you know, you hang on to God, everything will be. I like to think everything will be good. So that's my dream. You know, hopefully living in California, maybe. I love California, or maybe living here in the city. You know, between 23rd and 14th Street, maybe.
Yeah, I just want like my dream like that. Like, I just want like a big house and like, you know, I guess helping out, you know, the world, especially like that ecosystem and stuff. Just, you know, global warming, all that table. So
I think
yeah.
President Biden will have loved you on his team. That's good.
My dream life. I don't know, just having a nice house and just being happy
I
overall.
like how y'all both want houses.
Yeah, I definitely want a house with a lot of space. I want to have dogs. I want to have cats. I want to have a lot of animals.
Good thing, man.
Maybe children. Probably not. I know there's like a huge societal
I think your father just had a heart attack somewhere.
Yeah.
there's like a huge societal thing that like women like should want to get to have kids and like get married and all that. But I don't like see it as like a requirement. I think just whatever I want to do at the time, I would want to do it. So like maybe get married or maybe not.
I mean, for me, I always believe that you don't always have to follow the society's rules, you know. I say this, one of the things I love so much about my mom, and I take it to heart, she has never once pressured me. Yeah, I'm 6'7", I can play basketball, I know the technology more. It makes me happy, and it brings joy to me. I don't try to make anybody else happy, but she never pressured me to play basketball. Sometimes I wonder if my dad was alive, would he pressure me? You know, but you know, some dads will probably say, my boy can beat your boy. No, my boy can be your boy. And then we got to go on the basketball court and, then I lose, and then he's upset with me. But my mom never pressured me about that. Doesn't mean she didn't care about that, but she always said, do what makes me happy. And sometimes you have to put the happiness before the rules of society. So, you want to be single with 18 cats, as long as you're not living in his basement, that's all that matters.
Yeah, that'll be it. Thank you for watching us, and see you next Friday.
See you next
Bye.
Friday. You stopped it?